What is up, fellow nerds, and welcome back to the Dapper Snapper Gaming channel. Now, I hope that you guys enjoyed the live stream from yesterday. If you missed that, then definitely go check it out. It's up there on the channel under the live tab. We just played some matches under the new Galar Beginnings tournament, and it was a lot of fun. We didn't win a lot, but that is okay. Like I said, Battle Spot is not really all my thing. I'm more of a 6v6 player, but that is okay. It is always fun to try new things. Now, today is going to be episode 1 of a very exciting series that I'm excited to bring you, and it is called Start to Finish. And so what this series is basically going to be is we are going to start from the very beginning and go through everything that you need to know for creating Pokemon in-game just from scratch. We're going to give you all of the one-time rules that you need, all the stuff that you only have to do once, and then that carries over to everything else. But today, this episode, it has to do with planning. So, you may think, well, why do I need to plan? I can just go into the game, I can just start and just do whatever. Well, I always find that planning out what you need is a lot more effective than just kind of jumping into it. For example, if you went into this thinking, I may want Inner Focus or Ice Body on this Glalie here, and we'll talk about why we're doing Glalie here in just a second. Well, you can do that. Go out in the wild, catch you one of these, and then later you decide, wait a minute, I want Moody. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. So it's really good to plan out ahead what exactly you want to do. And so this series is basically going to be explaining to you my personal process of bringing Pokemon into the game. And it will also explain why it takes so long and why I haven't had a Wi-Fi battle yet, is because I'm still working on getting mods in my game. But we will get there. So today we are looking at Glalie. Now, we're looking at Glalie for a couple reasons, and the main reason is that in order to get the set that I'm running right here, it's going to take a lot of steps. It's going to take basically the most steps that you will need, minus chain breeding. This doesn't require chain breeding, but I will briefly explain it to you once we get there. But this is basically about as complicated of a Pokemon as you can get. And so I want to make sure that I cover all of my bases in this tutorial. I want to make sure I'm really in depth for you guys. That way, if you have never ever made a Pokemon on this website, or if you have just never done Pokemon breeding, anything, I want to make sure that you are prepared. Now, this website that I'm on right now is Pokemon Showdown. A few days ago, I did a Showdown live, which I will put up in the iCard above right now. But what this is basically a battle simulator. So you can go on here and make your own teams of stuff. So you go right here and you can choose what Pokemon you want on your team. And below it lists all their moves that they get. It gives you the usually useless moves, which is where I start looking for my meme sets, as you guys already know. And this also gives you the ability to look at their abilities and what their abilities do. You slap an item on there, you do their EVs and IVs. If you have no clue what these are, that is totally fine. We are going to talk about those in depth later. But yeah, so this is our set. We're going to be running a Focus Sash, Moody, Ice Shard, Icicle Crash, Protect, Earthquake. This is not the most viable set in the world, and Glalie is not the most viable Pokemon in the world. That's not why I chose Glalie. I just chose it for an example, and what I will show you in these videos will apply to any Pokemon that is capable of breeding. And so I wanted to show you this. This is a great resource that I use all the time for creating my Pokemon and for testing out teams before I put them in my game. This allows you to know that if a team just doesn't work, this allows you to go ahead and refine it before you put it in your game. So it's super nice. You just switch out members with the click of a button, and it's really easy to it's a lot easier to experiment with certain team combinations on this than it would be in game. Yeah, so the second website that I want to show you is a help to this one, and it is smogon.com. Now, Smogon doesn't currently have a set for Sword and Shield for Glalie, but they do have stuff from the previous generation. Now, obviously, this has Mega Glalie, so that's not a thing anymore. But this website basically looks over what is legal and what is not, and they give you example sets. And so this is an example spike set, and then you can check within other tiers and all that stuff. And these tabs will start to pop up as the metagame progresses. Obviously, this metagame is very young, and Glalie is not a very highly sought after Pokemon right now, so there's not a guide for it yet, and that's totally okay. But so yeah, for any mon that is a lot more highly used, or is just brand new, then there will be strategies down here, and this also gives you all of its moves in one place. But again, I would rather go here for Showdown. But so yeah, so now we've chosen our set, right? We chose Ice Shard, Icicle Crash, Protect, Earthquake. The whole point behind this really bad set is you protect, and you get your Moody Boost. Somebody hits you down to your Sash, you get your Moody Boost. You protect again, and you get your Moody Boost. And if you got really lucky, then you click buttons and win. If you got really unlucky, then you just lose. So this mon is really bad. But Moody, I believe, is now unbanned. Now, used to, what made Moody so good was that it could raise accuracy and evasion, and it would raise evasion, and then you just never be able to hit your opponent. And yeah, it was just really strong. But now that it no longer raises evasion, I think that he is just massively nerfed from what he would have been. And so unless you get like speed and attack, and then like another attack, then you're probably not going to do a whole lot with this mon. But you never know. Crazier things have happened. But so the last website I'm going to show you, at least for team building, is going to be Cerebi. Cerebi.net is a website that I visit daily. It is an absolutely fantastic website and amazing resource for anything. It will help you with completing your Pokedex. It will help you with all of the competitive stuff. It will help you with breeding. It helps you with everything. But so yeah, so we get a little description here, get his dex number, all this useless information. We get his abilities again. Now, this tells you how everything evolves. So if you are stumped in game on how something evolves, you could just hover over this. And so on female, you use a Dawnstone if you want Frostlass. Otherwise, you level it up to 42 and it becomes a Glalie. And then this tells you where you can catch it. And then it gives details as to where on the route, and if it's like overworld, if it's in the grass, if it's a raid, anything like that. It gives you all of that information. So that is insanely important for completing your decks, so definitely use this resource. And below that, we have our level up moves. Now this is what we're going to be using a lot, so we need to find all of these moves in our list here. Now I can already see Ice Shard right here. It's a level up move. That's perfect. If it's a level up move, it's super easy. You just get it to that level and it learns it. Done. Perfect. Also, you could run Crunch over Earthquake on this set, or over Ice Shard, but I figured that the priority would be nice. So now we're going to scroll on down here. Still don't see... Oh, we have Earthquake here. That is TR10. And actually, I think we passed Protect. Yeah, Protect is TM25. And now we need to find Icicle Crash, which is... Uh-oh, it's down here in the egg moves. So we're going to have to figure out how to get this move on this Pokemon. So we're going to click Details. And it's going to tell us that the parent that can learn this through level up is a Vanillix, which is totally fine because Vanillix is a very common Pokemon, and him learning it through level up is great. So now we go to his page and check what level he learns Icicle Crash. And so you'll notice that it doesn't list a level. That means that you can go to a move relearner at any time and just teach it to him. which is really easy. So we're going to back up here. So what we need to do is we need a male Vanillix, and we need a female Glalie. And so that will give us a child as a Snorunt. So the way that this works, I'm going to give you a brief breakdown here, but I will have a much more in-depth breakdown in later videos. But so basically, if you have a male and female of two different species, the female species is what the child is going to be. So we need a female Glalie to breed with a male Vanillix that already knows Icicle Crash. And then all of the children that are Snowrunts will all already know Icicle Crash when they are hatched. And so then you can just take one of those Snowrunt children and you can make it into the parent, and we will show you why we would do that and how we do that. So now we are going to back up here. And the last thing we need to do is, where the heck do we catch it? So the way we're going to do this is we're going to go to Dusty Bowl here. That's just the first one on the list. We're going to Control F. We're going to find Glalie. Okay, so Glalie is over here in Rare Den 55. Now, for this method that we are doing, you do need for it to be in a rare den, because otherwise it is not very reliable, and the strat that I'm going to show you will not work if it is not part of the rare den. Now, it says standard right here, as opposed to hidden possible, meaning this den is useless to us. And so this mod is actually really crazy, because if you actually go through all of these, you'll notice that all of them cannot actually have their hidden ability as a Glalie. You actually have to go and get a Frostlass, which is perfect because Frostlass is always a girl, so it will always give you a Snowrunt child. But so if we check Giant's Cap and look for Frostlass, alright, so this is a common den. We don't care about the common dens. Alright, so we don't care about this. This is not helpful. Hammerlock Hills, though. Let's check Hammerlock Hills. Alright, we can have him a lot of different places. So let's check Rare Den 73. And boom, Hidden Possible. That's what we need. So we are going to be looking for Rare Den 73. And that should get it for us. So this is where we are going to be headed next in order to actually catch our Frostlass. So yeah, I believe that is going to be all for our planning stage. If you have any questions down in the comments below as far as how these websites work or anything like that, make sure to drop a comment for that, and I would be more than happy to answer those questions for you. Yeah, so the next episode we will actually be in game, and we will actually go and I will show you how to get a specific Pokemon to show up that you want, and how we're going to get a hidden ability Frostlass, and how that will help us get our hidden ability Glalie. So yeah, that is going to be it for the planning video. I will see you guys in the next video about max raid battles, and it will also include a little bit of how you make a ton of money in the game, as well as how you get a ton of watts in the game, which is the currency in the wild area. So there's a lot of cool information coming in the next episode. So I will see you guys in that episode, and until then, bye-bye.